Hello everyone and welcome to the Ethereum. Today we are going to be talking about the major arcana, that is the main cards of the deck. This card starts from the Fool, which is numbered 0, up to the World, which is numbered 21. And this signifies the journey of a man from a fool to his enlightenment, completement, and spiritual fulfillment. This journey is what we are going to look forward to in this video series. So today we are going to start with the Fool. So before we jump right into the Fool, let us understand what is the major arcana. So the major arcana is basically the journey. It is the major events. It is the major theme that you can see in your life. If you pull the Fool for your reading, so you are at the beginning stage of whatever event that you are undertaking. So for example, for a job reading, you pull the Fool card. It means that you are a beginner at your job. It can be something that there is a new project that you are undertaking which you do not understand. You can be an intern, or you are someone who does not have much experience in the field. You are just starting out. You are carrying your bag. You are looking at the world full of hope and wonder, and you're moving forward. So that is the stage of the journey you're at. If I pull the card for your job and I get Hierophant, then that means that you are at a stage where you already know a lot of things. Okay, and because of your knowledge, it has become a little bit of burden. You have become a little bit rigid in your structures, and because of which you are kind of gatekeeping the future generations from moving forward. So it all varies based on what card you're getting, in what context we are getting the cards, but the underlying message and the theme is what we can see through the major arcanas. Now let us move forward to what is the Fool. The Fool, in essence, is the symbol of new beginnings. The Fool is symbolized by the number 0. It means that the journey has not even begun yet. You have just strapped your bag and you have got out of the house, and it's just the first step that you're taking out of your house. That is the Fool. And sometimes you haven't even taken the step out of the house. So the Fool is someone who is unaware of what the outside world is. He is unaware of what is going on in the world and what he can expect, what are the challenges that are supposed to be there, and he lacks the experience to move forward, but he has a fresh mind in the field. He has new ideas. He has potential and hopes to change the world. And with this hope, wonder, and a sense of adventure, the Fool is moving forward, trying to look forward and moving into the future. So that is the energy of the Fool. If we can refer back to our Sanskrit scriptures, there is a philosophy called the Charvaka. A Charvaka is someone who does not believe in God, who believes that a man has come to earth and a man must die on earth. And in between, what we make of life is everything that matters. So this kind of person can also be a bit hedonistic. He can be someone who enjoys indulging in the pleasures of life. Someone who likes to party, someone who likes drinking, eating all sorts of luxurious foods. He's someone who is used to comfort. And it is difficult for the Fool to change because he's so used to his comfortable life. And that's why this takes a lot of effort to move from the Fool to the next card, that is the Magician. There is a lot of gap. There is a lot of processes that the Fool needs to undergo to reach the Magician. If you see the imagery of the card of the Fool, he is looking upwards without a care in the world. He is walking at the edge of the cliff. There is a dog there who is warning him that he is on the edge of the cliff. But if you're looking at it in the other way, there is also a dog who is accompanying him on his journey, who is excited to move forward. If you see behind, there is a mountain range, signifying that there is a lot of responsibility in the background. And this person is least bothered. He is moving forward without any care, with a happy-go-lucky attitude. There is a flower in his hand, signifying a sense of innocence and sense of naivety, a sense of purity of thought. He has not been exposed to the world. And so he sees the world with a fresh, new, pure, and innocent perspective. You can always see in companies the interns, the one who have newly joined, have fresh ideas in what changes they can bring to the company. Oftentimes, these changes that they demand are very naive and they do not come from a place of complete understanding. But for the fool, it's a very fresh and unique place, and their wish to change it is the energy that comes from the fool. In a general essence, what I can say is that the fool carries the simple and new energy. So whenever you pull the card, the fool, you know that you are new to this energy. For a love reading, I pull the fool card. It means I know that this person is new to this experience. He has not experienced it in the past. Maybe this is the first time, but he has no idea what to do. This person is naive, and there is a sense of purity and innocence in his actions. And so the rest of the cards the meaning of the rest of the cards will change, because this person comes from a very pure and innocent energy. He does not know anything. So even if the other two cards are negative, I can assess it based on the fool, that this person is not coming from a bad place. He's not malicious. He's just ignorant. So that is the kind of context that you have to understand when you are trying to read into the fool. Now, from an archetypal perspective, I love Carl Jung. I have read a lot of the works of Carl Jung, and I'm a big fan of his work. So, according to archetypes, the fool represents the beginner or the seeker archetype. Someone who is setting out, someone who is new and moving forward, someone who is seeking new knowledge. And this combines with the hermit archetype. Now, the hermit is someone who has gone within and is seeking even deeper. The hermit is someone who has now understood what the world is all about, and now he wishes to seek even deeper into the hidden mysteries, into the deeper arcana that the world has to offer. But the fool is on the superficial level. He's on level 1. He's on level 0 basically. He's still on the surface, and he still has to explore the surface before he understands there is a lot more to figure out, and that I do not know anything. And that idea that there is not enough knowledge, there is not enough wisdom in me, that will propel him to seek the mysteries, and that will propel him to study, to gain knowledge, to seek wisdom. And this journey will take him to the next step, that is the magician. Now, if we are talking about astrological perspective in tarot, so I personally practice Vedic astrology, but all of the planets have a certain meaning to them. So we are going to include the extra planets as well. So when it comes to astrological perspective, the is represented by the air element, because he is light-hearted. Okay, because there is free movement of the fool. The fool is not rigid in any way. The fool does not know enough to be rigid. The fool is just setting out. So there is the air element. He is communicative. He is innocent. He is talkative. He wants to explore the world. There is a flow in him. And that flow is also represented by Uranus, the topsy-turvy planet, someone who goes against the norms. And the fool goes against the norms because he doesn't know the norms, because he has not experienced the norms. So a more innocent stage of Uranus will be represented by the fool. So we will come across this planet once again, but the first stage, that is the very child and innocent stage of this planet, can be expressed through the fool. He does not care about the rules, the regulations, the norms, because he is not aware of the consequences and the long-term effects of his actions, because he has not seen them yet. But once he does, then there will be a little bit of restrictions, there will be a little bit of limitations, and then that person can move on towards a little bit of Saturnian side. But till then, a Uranian approach is a worldly approach, someone who looks at the world and wants to bring change. The person, we see a lot of this new age spiritual people who have just set out from their rigid mindsets Maybe they are getting out of some cults, they are getting out of very rigid Catholicism or rigid religiosity, and they are moving forward towards their spiritual journey. And they are not yet aware of what spirituality actually is. And so they get on internet, they see all these crystals, they see tarot, and they are like, this is spirituality. I must delve into it. Spirituality is all about love, it's all about light, it's about spreading love and innocence around you. It's about bringing the world into peace. Well, that is true to some extent. There is a deeper aspect to it. As I said, the Fool is level 0. It's just on the surface. And on the surface, it may seem so. It may seem that the goal of spirituality is to bring world harmony. But as we go deeper, we'll understand that there is much more important things in this life, and that you cannot bring about it as simply as you might think. So most of these Uranian people, the ones who go out, go on retreats and indulge in smoking weed and doing mushrooms and ayahuasca and all that rituals, these are just setting out. They're starting their spiritual journey. And I'm not undermining them in any way. So that is a good first step. They are on their first step. They are initiating into the spiritual journey. And that is the Fool energy. The Fool is not bad. The Fool is someone who does not know what deeper levels are. And he'll get there. But what happens? The dark side of the Fool. So what happens if you get the Fool in reverse? The Fool thinks that they know everything. The Fool gets stuck at that level 0, thinking that they have reached level 21, that they have reached the world. And if that is the case, then it becomes really difficult for them to move forward in spirituality, because there is a lot of process, there is a lot of darkness to go through, there is a lot of emotional turmoil, there are a lot of ladders to climb, there are lots of pits to fall into. And as you move forward and as you reach, you will understand where you are exactly in this journey of your life. So if you're someone who does read tarot on a regular basis, I want you to set out some time, meditate. Whenever you are doing your readings, I want you to check which card you're getting on a regular basis. What are you drawing? A few months back, I was consistently drawing the Wheel of Fortune. Every single reading, I would draw the Wheel of Fortune. Sometimes it would not be related to the person I'm doing the reading for, but the Wheel of Fortune was still there. And it would be a task for me to interpret, what does this mean? Until I realized that card was not meant for them, that was meant for me. And sometimes that is how the tarot teaches us. And that is how the divination works. You attract clients and people to your life whose journey is similar to yours. So both of you can learn in the process. You are not exempt from your readings. Every reading that you do holds a message for you as well. As you move forward into this Fool energy, you will realize that you are not exempt from your own readings and you are not detached from your practices. You are your practices. This will help you understand deeper truths about yourself, and you will be able to move forward towards the next and next levels in your understanding of the spiritual wisdom of the deep arcana. So this was a small video about the Fool energy in tarot. If you have your own personal experiences with this card, or if there is any other ways that you do interpret this, then do let me know in the comments. If there are any scriptures, if there are any Gnostic texts, anything that you know that do correlate with this card, please do let me know. I'd love to read about Gnosticism, about the occult. So let me know, how does the Fool card relate to you? Have you gone through this process? Are you going through this process? What stage are you in right now? Is there any other way that you interpret the Fool as? Do let me know in the comments down below. Let us have a discussion. And I would love to hear your perspective as well. Take care and bye for now. I'll see you next time with the Magician.